Hello, my name is Amanda Stroh-Snyder. This is my final assignment for the personal branding class. So for the first slide, you can see my before and after resume. Then I know you can't really read it. This is pretty small, but the main difference is I condensed it down to one page. Whenever I sent my resume in to be checked for by the VU Center, they told me that I just had a lot. It was a very lengthy resume, so I shortened it down, added bullet points, changed some of my formatting, very little of that, and just try to condense it down a little bit just to make it more reader friendly rather than having 2 pages that are very lengthy. Just have one bullet points, straight to the point. For my headshot, you can see the first one is just a selfie. It's a good picture, but it's not necessarily the most professional. The second picture is actually, we used a photographer and we had family pictures, and I was able to just zoom in on one, and I feel like it's more professional. It still shows my personality, but it is an actual professional photo. As far as my ecosystem, before and after, I feel it's still pretty much the same. I haven't been able to grow my ecosystem that much in the past couple months, but it's definitely on my list. I do feel like I need to reach out and just kind of branch out and make sure that I am putting myself out there to gain more people in my ecosystem, volunteer work, and just more professional contacts and things like that. As far as my position statement, they haven't changed that much. I think the biggest difference in my two, I put the 2 position statements that I did, because we had to do 2 at the beginning of the semester, so they didn't change very much. But what I can tell you is I changed, I was very specific in putting business office manager in a lot of my position statements, so I did change that to just office manager. I feel like it sounds more rounded and more general, and I kind of more appealing, I think, than just business office. Office manager just sounds like I can more rounded position. For my final summary, I actually learned a lot from this class. Whenever I first started, I had no idea what to expect. And it was intense. This is a lot of work, but it was definitely worth it. I mean, to gain this experience, have some bullet points on here as far as like interview skills. I would have never known about the big interview software until I took this class, and it was so much information. It was great. It's a great program. LinkedIn, I did not have a LinkedIn, which is, something you need, and especially in today's market and trying to find new jobs and put yourself out there for professional contacts. So that helped me build that. Being more aware of my social media presence. Ever since I started this class, every time I post something on Facebook or Instagram, I think, my future employers could be looking at my page, and that is extremely important. It alters the way that you post things on the internet, and that's a really important thing to learn. As far as like marketing myself, this is something I don't feel comfortable with. I feel like I'm bragging, but I feel like this class kind of taught me how to maybe not necessarily brag about myself, but put myself out there and show what it is that makes me different and makes me unique and makes me, makes people want to hire me. I feel like that was a very important thing to learn. You're not being bragging, but you do need to put yourself out there, and people need to know what it is that you can do. And of course, a better resume. I was not aware that a resume would only be 1 page. I always thought the bigger the resume, the better. And unfortunately, that's not it. So, thank you so much. It was a great class, and I learned a lot. This was definitely one of my favorite classes. So, thank you. I hope you enjoy reading all my work, and I appreciate it.